Hey, what's up, pitches? Remember those ads? I do. Welcome to the show. Daniel Ehrenberg here, the D Train. I hit all the high notes and the low notes and everything in between. I've been a singer in my day. I was a singer in a band. All right, with Nathaniel, my ex co-host, pre Henry. All right, but you know what? Let's bring in my co-host so we could talk about this. This was from a movie that we're covering, a movie today that came out when my co-host was already becoming a man, which is rare for this podcast. So Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 2 today. And here comes Logan Biadair.
Yep, we've got our cups in hand. We're ready to go. Is that why you and Henry were never in a band together? Were you both singers? You clashed?
No, it wasn't that. It was just that the kind of music Henry writes is Lord Awesome. And also Henry's a really accomplished guitarist. I'm not a good musician. Like I'm not. I used to be able to sing decent. I could write some lyrics. I could play a little guitar, but like the reason I did well in a band when I was younger was Nathaniel was like some kind of weird music genius, and like I could just let him do shit and I would pipe in later and like, oh, I'll do my part now.
Y'all wrote your stuff?
Yeah.
You saying like
no, we wrote all our stuff, I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I was just trying to relate to the film at hand because it's a performing arts film. I guess maybe I should have talked more about my musical theater background. But
that should have come up during High School Musical.
Well, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So this is exhausted material.
Yeah, I wasn't in the chorus, Logan, and I never did a cappella. I went to college, but I went to a city school, so like there was no like a cappella team.
Yeah. Do you think you would have done it though? That seems scary to me.
I wouldn't have done it, but I feel like you come across it, Like whenever you watch anything about Yale, they won't shut the fuck up about the Whiffenpoofs. And you could tell they don't all think the Whiffenpoofs are like incredible. It's just like an institution or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the Whiffenpoofs.
Well, you don't know a lot about a lot, Logan.
All right.
Sorry. Yale, I mean, I didn't go to Yale either. It's okay. It's going to be all right.
Hunter College is no Yale.
No, definitely not. So Pitch Perfect was requested years ago at this point by our old friend Gary from London, who emailed me this week, Logan, is still a listener and was very nice about the mix-up. All right?
Good.
Yeah. All right. By the way, I am lucky to have nice listeners because I have fucked this up like 17 times at this point, and nobody has been an asshole about it. Gary also, by the way, chose a thing called Kidulthood, which is a British franchise. It was a trilogy, and I want to do that this year for Gary, like coming up in the next couple months. But the first one is not available right now in America. The second and third are, but the first one isn't. So, listeners, give me a heads up if you can find that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. But in the meantime, Pitch Perfect. These are 3 movies, mainstream comedy hits. All right, and I skipped them. I think, because a cappella annoys me.
Yeah. Was it not like when the second one came out? Was the podcast out? Was it like a conscious decision to not watch them after that?
No, the third one came out during the podcast. The second one, I think, was right before the podcast, if I remember correctly.
2015, it's not around?
I think it started in 2016. So, I guess, acapella was sort of a thing at this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it was around this time, but I know like Pentatonix, you know what that is?
Yeah, I fucking do know what that is. I have this cousin named Peter, okay? And when I say cousin, you might be picturing someone my age. No, old guy, all right? And he loves the fucking Pentatonix. And we used to go to their house for Christmas all the time. And he would like put on Pentatonix DVDs, and you would just have to fucking sit there while it was playing at you.
Yeah, that's
It
exhausting.
was a nightmare.
Tori Kelly spent some time with the Pentatonic. I don't know if she's like a member of that group, but I like her.
Who's Tori Kelly? Is that sort of bad girl from the last season of Saved by the Bell?
What? That's Kelly Kapowski.
No, Tori.
Tori Kelly?
You don't remember Tori from Saved by the Bell?
No, I don't.
All right, never mind.
But Tori Kelly, she's like a singer. She's got like curly blonde hair, real
I
cute.
don't know who that is.
You've seen her?
Have I? Tori
Yeah,
Black?
No, no, not Tori Black. Tori Kelly. She's also a voice in the Sing movies, I think.
Everyone's a voice in those fucking things. But wasn't there like a show, The Sing Off on NBC too? Wayne Brady hosted.
And no, that's like, do you remember the lyrics or whatever?
Oh, well, Wayne Brady hosted that. But I think there was another show called The Sing Off that was like an a cappella reality competition show, because I remember I was really into Ben Folds growing up, and he was a guy on that show. And then Ben Folds put out a CD that he produced of a cappella bands, like his favorite a cappella bands in the country. And I was like, I think I got to never listen to Ben Folds again. And then that's exactly what I did.
Wow. No more Brick for you.
Yeah. That was it for me.
That's sad.
I was drowning slowly. But
yeah.
So I skipped these because of that, because of my aversion to a cappella.
I get it.
I just don't respect it.
Why? Talent is involved. You have to be good at it.
I don't believe it's not a talent that I respect.
Singing.
No.
Why?
Hear me out. I thought about this a lot watching Pitch Perfect 2, because it's such a bad movie that I sort of needed to find something to think about. And so what I ended up thinking about is that singing is the only musical talent that is preternatural, Logan.
Okay.
Tell me if this is a stupid take, all right? I think it probably is, but I think I believe in it. So you're born having the ability to sing or not, Like my mom can't sing. She tries, like if she tries to sing, it comes out wrong and tone deaf. What she hears in her head is not what comes out of her mouth, And that's true of a lot of people, including myself these days, because I'm out of practice or whatever. But I mean, I was never that great. But fucking people are born with that ability. No one's born with the ability to play guitar. It is up to you to pick up a guitar and figure that shit out for yourself, okay? And you have to work at it, and you have to get good.
So it's like having the force, you're saying? You can't really teach yourself to have the force. You just like, it's within you or it's not.
I'm saying that singers are the Mary Sues of the musical community.
But isn't that... But that's a talent, right? It's something that you can learn. A talent? What's a talent, I guess is the question.
I respect talents that can be honed, that are artistic, that you're doing actively in use to make a statement, to try and say something, to tell a story. Whereas singers, all they have to do, it's like when I think about moving my arm, it moves, right? My brain is telling it to move. All singers have to do is have their brains say, sing nice. And then they do.
But here's another question. Can everybody sing, and it's just some people have the ability to like let themselves go enough?
No, I don't
You don't think so?
I don't believe everybody can sing. I think some people have the ability and some people don't. And that's why it's up to talent scouts to like
If
find
your mom was
raw
by
talent.
herself singing and didn't feel any pressure from anybody else or didn't feel nervous, you think she would sound better?
No,
She'd be able to let herself go more?
that's bullshit, man. That's like this horrible Woody Allen movie called To Rome with Love, where he discovers this opera singer who like only knows how to. He like can only do it in the shower, so he like stages a production of like Pagliacci, where he's performing in a shower on stage. It's some stupid Woody Allen bullshit, but like I watched that movie and I just don't buy that. That's not a thing. That's an issue of confidence. That's the fact that you can sing, but you can't do it in front of people. That's on you.
All right. So no respect for singers.
I have no respect
idea.
for singers or any of the characters in any of these films.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that okay to say?
What about the announcers?
I liked them in the first movie.
Yeah, a little overboard in the second, but I still kind of liked it.
You know what they did in the second one is in the first one they're both big dumb idiots, and in the second one they let Elizabeth Banks be smart and start commenting on dumb things that the other one's saying. You can't do that. They have to both be big dumb idiots.
Yeah, he's like a real misogynist in the second one. The first one is just like they're funny back and forth.
Right, but every time he says something misogynistic, she has to respond like, maybe you should befriend more women or something like that. Like it's always just ugh.
Yeah, I get it.
Elizabeth Banks can take the fun out of anything.
Yeah, everything. Did she take it out of Charlie's Angels?
She sure fucking did. All right, let's discuss the Pitch Perfect, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so. It was this was a surprise success. Kind of came out of nowhere. It was based on a non-fiction novel about, or not a novel. I shouldn't have written novel. It's based on a non-fiction book.
You don't know the difference between a book and a novel?
Fuck you. Fuck. I do. That's why I corrected myself. It's based on a non-fiction book about a cappella teams across the country. Like,
yeah, I actually didn't know it was based on a book until like yesterday.
Well, you didn't know books existed until like 2 weeks ago. And so Elizabeth Banks actually got the rights to this book, and so it's her kind of brainchild. So you got to give her that.
I guess that's why because last week I thought she directed all of them or maybe wrote all of them, but I guess that's just what it is. It's like
she produces them,
baby.
All. Yeah,
yeah.
So she hires the people, basically. She gets Kay Cannon to write a screenplay. And Kay Cannon was sort of a Tina Fey acolyte at this point. She'd been writing for 30 Rock for many, many fucking years, like from the beginning. And then she wrote this, and that launched her career. She hasn't really done much with it, but what are you going to do?
She made Blockers.
She directed Blockers, which is odd. Like, she's a writer, and then she gets the opportunity to direct that Cock Blocker. Why isn't it called Cock Blockers? It drives me nuts.
You can't put cock in your movie.
Of course, but no, I understand that you couldn't do that in theaters. So they used to put a little rooster. Remember that?
Yeah, I worked in a movie theater this time.
Okay, but when it came out to like DVD and they put out like an unrated, whatever. Why didn't they start calling it Cock Blockers then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who calls a movie Blockers? It sounds like Beta Blockers, like it's about some fucking old guy.
The movie made money, didn't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't even bad. I saw it in theaters, but like...
it's good, actually. I like it.
I wouldn't call it good, but it's not bad.
It's good. All the girls in it, very good. John Cena, Leslie Mann.
I would argue that it's very, very not bad.
I think it's okay.
I agree. It's okay. So she also created the show Girl Boss, which got canceled real fast by Netflix. And she recently wrote and directed that appalling looking Cinderella movie with Camila Cabello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody see that? What was that, like Amazon Prime?
Yeah. I mean, I still don't believe that's a real movie.
It is. Wasn't it nominated at the Oscars for something? Like best movie with like Army of the Dead or whatever?
Oh, God. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. God, the Oscars are stupid now.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead. Remember when fucking Justice League won that thing? The Zack Snyder Justice League?
Yes.
It didn't even come out in theaters.
Zack Snyder was on a roll.
Yeah. What a year for old Zachy boy.
Yeah.
Making up for that dead kid.
Come on.
Why?
I knew you were going to say it.
All right, so this movie came out October. I didn't mention the director. The director, because Elizabeth Banks decided she didn't want to do it till the second one, she hired this fella Jason Moore, and he was just like a TV dude, bro. But can we talk about some of his TV stuff?
Yeah, sure.
3 episodes of Dawson's Creek. 3 episodes of Everwood. You know what I'm talking about, baby. He directed the fucking prom episode of Dawson's Creek, all right? And you remember they weren't going to let Jack go to the prom because he's gay, so the gang held the anti-prom. What a delightful episode. All right, so he directs Pitch Perfect. That's his first movie ever. All right?
Yeah.
Follows it up with Sisters, with Faye and Polar. Did you see that?
No, but didn't people not like that?
I kind of thought it was underrated.
Better or worse than Blockers? Calm down, Daniel.
No, I think better. I think it's a little better.
What are you talking about? Catherine Newton is in Blockers.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing against Blockers, bro. I like that girl Vishwanathi, too. Geraldine Vishwanathi. How close am I to getting that name right?
I don't know what you're trying to say, but I assume
Geraldine Vishwanathi.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I'm looking it up. Hang on. Geraldine Viswanathan. God damn, I was close.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, she's good. And that girl who's Pamela Adlon's daughter, who just showed up in that fucking Thing About Pam show.
Pam and Tommy?
No. Oh, that's right. I've been watching a lot of shows about ladies named Pam lately.
The Office? You watching that?
I recently did, actually. All right. October 5th, 2012 is when this came out. Were you there?
No, I wasn't. I watched this at home.
But you did. Were you excited about this film?
No. Yeah. Yeah,
Which is
kind
it?
of.
Which is it? You want to answer that?
I was kind of. I mean, I didn't. I had seen Twilight, but I wasn't aware of Anna Kendrick really. Like, I wasn't like huge into movies really at this point, but I liked them. But I did know Brittany Snow. I was watching this for Brittany Snow.
Yeah. Well, you know I love her from her, that Cum Doctor show, and
John Tucker Must Die. That was the first thing I saw her in. Fell in love.
That was the first thing you saw her in?
It's gotta be, right?
What was the first thing I saw her? She's such a generic like, I feel like she was someone I saw in probably like 100 things like before I like almost like a Tom Hardy. Like, I just never noticed her for a long time.
But you know what she looks like. Like, you didn't even know what Tom Hardy looked like for a long time.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm looking her up. Let's see. What's the first thing I was really like, hey, that's Brittany Snow. Oh, I know. She got cast in a Gossip Girl spinoff that never went forward, but they made a backdoor pilot.
Yeah, and that's what you knew her from?
Yeah, that's what I knew her from.
You're a weird guy, Dietrich.
What the fuck? I'm a weird guy for that? That was a good show.
From something that didn't even go through?
But they did a backdoor pilot, so she's in one episode of Gossip Girl.
Yeah. She good?
I mean, she's all right. It was like a flashback to the 80s. She's playing, what's her face? Serena Vanderwoods and Blake Lively. Blake Lively's mom in the 80s. That's what she was playing.
Okay.
All right. What are you going to do? So this film came out on a $17 million budget, and it was a big surprise success. It made 115.4. Number 48 at the box office in America, did even better overseas. I'll say the first one was number 48. The second one was number 12. So this movie really gained its success, in streaming and TV and video, like you found it.
And we haven't got to the third one, but I'm guessing that movie made no money.
I think it's a hit. They're developing a Peacock show now.
Yeah, that just seems weird. Like these were hot, and then they just.
I think I think people didn't like it. Was the thing. I remember
Did people like the second one?
Yeah. No, I hated the second one, but spoilers for the show. But I did read most people really enjoyed the second one. I think the first two are the first one's considered like a classic these days. The second one is like a good, funny, hot sequel, and then the third one is kind of forgotten.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. On Letterboxd, I went through and like logged all the movies I'd seen. I gave this baby 4 stars. The first one.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
No.
Oh, interesting. All right, so let's talk about some of the awards this was nominated for.
Yeah.
All right. Critics' Choice is an award I'm starting to track because they are making a play to replace the Golden Globes as like the second biggest movie awards show. So they've got a Critics' Choice nom, Rebel Wilson, nominated for Best Actress in a Comedy. You know, they do it like Golden Globes where it's by genre. And she lost to Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that funny?
The funniest movie I've ever seen, bro.
Who deserved it?
Such great
Rebel
jokes
Wilson, right?
about manic depression. Neither of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Rebel Wilson?
I thought she was fine, but I wouldn't give her like an Oscar for being in this.
This is a Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah, if they're trying to make a play, it'd be like the second most prestigious after the Oscars. Don't be nominating fucking Fat Amy.
Yeah, Fat Patricia to you.
MTV Awards. Now, Logan, I know you've been pulling Henry's themes
Yeah.
for this segment. Henry used to do this theme live.
So are you going to do it live?
I think you should.
Oh, DJ, it's too early to do it live.
You have to.
I've stopped drinking water to record these, so I don't have to go to the bathroom. I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Well, I think that you should try. Listen, even if you're good, I won't respect it.
I want my MTV.
That was a delight. All right. Rebel Wilson again loses female performance this time to Jennifer Lawrence. J-Law really
For the Hunger
taking
Games?
Rebel down for Silver Linings again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. That is this year too, right? She had both those?
Yep.
What a year.
Yeah. What's her face? Rebel Wilson also she won breakthrough performance.
Yeah, good.
She broke through just like the Kool-Aid man breaking through that brick wall. Then we got No Diggity. All right, remember that great song by Blackstreet from the 90s?
Yeah.
Well, it's reprised for a musical moment at the end of this film, and it won the award for best musical moment in a film.
It's not even like at the end. It's like in the middle during the riff off thing.
Whatever, I don't care.
And that's not that good.
Well, the riff off was clearly a big hit because we have to watch it for about 40 minutes of the second one.
Yeah, it's a problem. But at least David Cross is at it.
Yeah, that does kind of make things better.
Yeah. And
Anna
the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Can I just talk about that right now?
Yes.
Did you look at that team?
Yes, I did.
Did you happen to notice who was on the far left?
Yes, I did.
Jordan fucking Rodgers. All right. They put the Green Bay Packers in the second. I'm just skipping to the second movie. In the fucking riff off, which is like where all the a cappella groups that sing. It's sort of like the Balls in Pose, except a cappella groups. It's ridiculous. And so they're performing against each other. And in the second one, they do like goofy shit, like these fun other teams joined. And one of them is the Green Bay Packers. All right. They say it's the Green Bay Packers, but it's really just like 6 big guys, right?
No, Clay Matthews is there. And I think David Bakhtiari.
I don't know who David Bakhtiari is. I know Clay Matthews.
Well, the Clay Matthews was like a big guy at the time, like a big name. And I think David Bakhtiari must have been real young because he's like a big name now.
What is he? Defense?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to defense.
Clay Matthews is defense too.
Yeah, I guess he's a big enough name that I just know it from hearing it.
Bakhtiari may be offense.
He wouldn't be. I would know him if he was offense, I think. But anyway, fucking football. So the Green Bay Packers, I read on the Wikipedia page for Pitch Perfect 2, watched Pitch Perfect a lot on their like planes or whatever. You know, like during the season.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I kind of don't believe that because I feel like they'd be able to get, like, if they're going to do this joke, the reason, like, there's something about Mary is funny is because it's Brett Favre.
Another Packer.
Yeah. The biggest Packer of all time. Everyone knows him. All right.
You think he's bigger than Rodgers?
In his day. Yeah.
That's close. That's actually like a real compare. Like not a lot of teams have that. Where like this team has two great quarterbacks. Who is more famous?
Yeah,
Not a lot of teams have that.
It's true. It's happening to the New York Rangers right now. Their goaltender. We've got Igor Shesterkin, and it's like, is he better than Henrik Lundqvist? That's the question.
Wow.
All right, listen. This is a podcast for Gary from London, and we're making all these American sports references. Anyway, fucking, what was I talking about?
The Packers, they were watching it on the. You think they should have gotten everybody?
All right, they should obviously have gotten bigger stars. Aaron Rodgers should be there, whatever. But the important thing is that on the far left, one of the players that's there, who I wasn't even aware ever played in the NFL, is.
I don't think he did he?
I don't think he did either. Was he on the fucking practice squad and they got him for this movie?
No, I don't think so.
Jordan Rodgers.
I think they're just like, you look kind of like him.
I think you're right. I think Jordan Rodgers is it's like they want people to see this movie and see him on the far left and go like, oh, they got Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I think too. I think he's playing Aaron Rodgers.
That's insane.
It is weird. Also, they don't have a good relationship, do they?
Well, they claim they do, but Aaron never showed up on Bachelor.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, but he did the hometown dates, and it wasn't like during the football season.
Yeah, but during that time, that's when they're like working out, enjoying golf.
But he never even, come on, he couldn't have filmed like a video for the finale, like, congratulations, Jordan, you got picked, you're engaged, congratulations.
Yeah, he could have, but I don't think that they have a good relationship. I thought that's what it was.
I guess not.
I think Aaron was like, I'm the one with talent, not my family.
Well, he's right. And I mean, they're all fucking idiots. But Jordan...
But if you were him, wouldn't you give money to your family?
Yes, of course I would.
I think that's the problem. I think Aaron just doesn't care about his family.
Yeah, that guy is such a douchebag. Just awful person. But Jordan, who went on Bachelorette, okay, made it all the way to the end, is still to this day with the great JoJo Fletcher.
Wow.
Makes it into Pitch Perfect 2. I shit on this guy, but maybe I shouldn't. Aaron has Super Bowls. Yes. But
only one.
Only one.
Yeah.
But what's better?
Multiple MVPs.
What's better? One Super Bowl, Logan.
But multiple MVPs. You got to remember that.
One Super Bowl and 0 vaccinations. Or JoJo Fletcher and the cameo appearance in Pitch Perfect 2.
And he does commentary for the Auburn Tigers football team during college football.
All right. So
maybe other teams, but
here's my question to you. Is Jordan Rodgers secretly having a more enjoyable life than Aaron Rodgers?
I would say no question. He's probably happier right now.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
like
something
moment
else?
To moment, I would argue Jordan's a happier man.
Also, well, this is like way inside, but Aaron Rodgers lost Devontae Adams, his best wide receiver, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, his second best wide receiver during the offseason. He's really going through a rough patch.
And Shailene Woodley.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's off foraging for other men.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. Anyway.
She diverged.
Yeah, she sure did, bro. All right, so Anna Camp was nominated at the MTV Awards for hashtag, this is a real award, hashtag WTF moment of the year.
Was she vomited?
Yeah, that. And she lost to some shit Samuel L. Jackson did in Django Unchained.
Okay.
All right. Hey, the people's choice. The people had something to say.
The people make the choice. It's up to the people to choose as they see fit. Fitbit choosing the People's Choice Awards. It's the choice awards to the people.
And they had to say that, yes, this was one of the best comedy movies of the year, but not as good as Ted.
Okay. Have you seen Ted?
No, I have not seen Ted.
Wow. We'll cover that one day. That'll be fun. I saw Ted.
Ted? You think that's bad? You should see Pitch Perfect 2. All right.
To be honest, I don't know which one's better.
I mean, Pitch Perfect 1's got to be better than Ted, right?
Ted, I kind of like Ted.
Well, I kind of like Pitch Perfect 1, man. Are you like turning on that movie?
No, but Ted was pretty good. Mila Kunis is in Ted.
Yeah, I know, but it's like Seth MacFarlane doing a teddy bear.
Yeah,
I can't
and
listen to
Mark
that.
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was young.
Teen Choice Awards.
It's the Teen Choice Award.
All right. The teens love the Pitch Perfect movies. They nominated this shit for so much stuff. It won Best Comedy of the Year. Skylar Astin won Best Comedy Actor of the Year.
Oh God.
All right. I know. I kind of agree. I don't like any dude that does their hair like that. When it's all sticky uppy right at the front.
Yeah, I'm not so against it.
I'm against it. Rebel Wilson won Best Comedy Actress, beating Anna Kendrick, who was also nominated. Adam
She's funnier.
Adam Devine won Best Villain, which he was not a villain. He was a good guy, and also he left before the end of the movie, so he didn't even do anything villainous.
Why was he? He threw a burrito at her while she was getting gas.
She
That's
deserved
not a
it.
good guy.
And you know what?
Maybe
She
she
shouldn't have
deserved
forgotten
it.
the gas. I laughed at that. You know what? I miss the days when we could all throw burritos at each other.
But he's supposed to like her.
No, he's not. Not until the second movie.
No, in the first one, they're like, "Should we kiss right now?"
That's
And at one
bullshit. That's a joke. That shit was reverse engineered for the second one.
They're into each other in the first one.
They're not.
She has his number. She calls him to come pick him up. She's like, "I have Bumper's number," and they're like, "Why do you have his number?" She's like,
I think they just realized Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine have good chemistry. They were never intended to end up with each other. It's ridiculous.
Do you like Adam Devine?
I've gone through. I think he's hot and cold. I've gone through phases with him. He came up with Workaholics, which is a show I never really watched. But soon after Workaholics came on, those dudes started appearing in like everything. And what I discovered was that I sort of really liked the other two. Anders Holm was my favorite, and then Blake Anderson, I think his name is, pretty good. And then this dude would show up and stuff. He was like on Modern Family, and he would annoy me. And but in recent days, he's been putting some of his little ticks away, and he's getting better. I like him in that show, The Righteous Gemstones, on HBO.
Yeah, this is, I guess, mainly what I know him from. And sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't.
I think he's funny in this first one. I think he's funny in the second one too.
Yeah, but why is he in the second one?
There's no reason. It's just because they cast singers instead of people who are funny, and so they needed to like bring back someone who's funny.
Yeah, but he went from like he's escapes the first one. He's gonna go with John Mayer, and then the second one he's back and also has like a huge role with Rebel Wilson.
Well, this is something we do in sequels. If there's a breakout character in the first one, we neuter their entire storyline and bring them back to the point where when we watch the first movie, everything is worse because the second movie changes the ending.
Yeah, it's a sad thing that happens.
It is a sad thing that happens. All right. So he won Best Villain of the Year. Beating
Over Bane?
Bane?
Loki?
The nominees were Bane, the Mandarin from Iron Man 3, and Javier Bardem in Skyfall. And Adam Devine won.
How is Loki not nominated? This is the Avengers year.
Might have been too late.
Okay.
Oh, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I guess they just didn't fucking nominate it.
Yeah, maybe he's too nice to be a villain.
Way nicer than Adam
cute.
Devine, yeah. So Hannah May Lee, who's the Asian girl who they don't let say anything, and Ben Platt, who's Dear Evan Hansen, they were nominated for Best Scene Stealer, despite being in a lot of scenes where they neither purchased nor stole anything in them.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I guess when she starts like beatboxing,
Mm.
and then when he sings Magic, which I actually think is pretty good. I think he's pretty good there.
Ben Platt just has. I would demolish his face. Like it's like, the part in Fight Club where it's like, I felt like destroying something beautiful. That's what I want to do to Ben Platt.
You think he's beautiful?
No, not really. I just want to kick the shit out of him. And I like him. I actually think he's a talented dude. I'm not an Evan Hansen guy. You couldn't pay me to watch that shit. But I watched The Politician on Netflix, the Ryan Murphy show, and I thought he was pretty solid in that. But I just look at his eyebrows. Like, I just want to backhand him.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially in the second one when he's like getting it on with Haley Steinfeld. That is
Oh my
that
god.
should not exist.
Insufferable.
that is yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. I don't understand the decision to cast Haley Steinfeld in the second one.
What do you mean?
I don't understand why they're not putting funny people into these comedy movies.
Is she's funny.
She's look, she's far from the problem with the second one. It's fine.
Have you seen The Edge of 17?
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, she's good. She's very good.
When she's like given stuff to do and she's acting with Woody Harrelson, she's very funny.
You're right. I shouldn't have talked shit. I guess my problem is more with like the Skylar Astons and Ben Platts of the world that are clearly there because they have beautiful voices, but they are not funny or charming. Skylar Aston, after being on Pitch Perfect, I never watched Pitch Perfect, so I didn't know him. And then I watched him on this sitcom called Ground Floor on TBS, around for 2 seasons. And it was like every 2 episodes they would like finagle away for him to sing. It was like, oh, the gang is going out to karaoke, and it was like, I gotta listen to this guy sing an entire fucking song, and I didn't understand why at the time, but I guess it's because he was known as a singer.
Is he good? Do you think he's good?
I think he can sing, but like I don't want to listen to it. I don't like his voice. I don't really like Ben Platt's voice either.
I think Ben Platt is kind of better.
You know who else was in that sitcom, by the way?
Who?
The slutty one.
Oh, really? From this movie?
Yeah, there's a girl in this movie whose like only character trait is like, I love to fuck.
Yeah.
I fuck all the time. Boys like to fuck me, and I fuck them right back.
Yeah.
And she was in that show too.
Yeah, I like her.
I mean, she's hot.
I think she's good. MVP. No, just kidding. But she's good.
All right. Let me finish this so we can talk about the movie for real. Adam Devine was nominated for Breakout Male Performance, but he lost to Nicholas Hoult for Warm Bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I'd been watching Nicholas Hoult in movies and TV shows for about 11 years when Warm Bodies came out, but sure, breakthrough performance. Skylar Aston and Anna Kendrick were also nominated for Best Kiss, but they lost to something in fucking Twilight, whatever.
The final? This is the final one, right?
2012? Yeah, I guess it would be, right?
Yeah.
It's probably the final kiss between fucking Edward and Bella.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Bedward.
Did I call it that?
I did.
Bella. They're the Bellas in this.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Do you think that was a Twilight reference?
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be, yeah. So we're going to talk about this movie?
Yeah.
I guess we should. So how does it start? We're getting it's like an acapella competition, all right? And Adam Devine's got one crew called the Treble Makers, and
Pretty good, right?
Well, they're just doing like douchey Bruno Mars songs and stuff.
But, no. The name's good.
The Treble Makers, yeah, it is pretty good to be honest.
Yeah, I like all. Do you like the like Aka? Excuse me. Do you like all that stuff?
I would say I don't mind it.
It gets real tired, but it is like whatever. It was a big thing at the time.
It was, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
But didn't Glee do this? Like Glee had the Acafellas.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
There's something about this movie where I just think it couldn't exist without Glee, and maybe shouldn't have existed in a world where Glee already does.
So there's no purpose for this. You're saying.
Yeah. So, and then we meet the Bellas, and they do the Sign by Ace of Base. It's all right, and Anna Camp voms, and it's CGI vom. It looks like trash, and I'm already like, what the fuck am I watching? Although I will say I gasped when I wasn't expecting the vomit. So when a movie can really catch me by surprise, I will give it a little bit of credit.
Yeah, that's good. Do you know Anna Camp from anything?
Yeah, Anna Camp, man. Hollywood's been casting her and stuff for years, and then the American audience has just consistently said, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's
we want
weird.
somebody else. But I like Anna Camp. I appreciate when I see her and stuff, and I always used to root for her and hope that her shows would do well. And what would end up happening is a lot of her shows did do well, and she would get fucking fired early on.
Oh my gosh.
She was in like the first 12 episodes of the Mindy Project as Mindy's best friend, and then they were just like, I think we need funnier people on this show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this is really what I know her from. And she's in the Train music video for Marry Me, that song. You ever hear that song?
No. She's good in True Blood.
Oh yeah? Is she
Yeah.
a vampire?
She's recurring. No, she's sort of a Christian evangelist kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Alright.
But, Anna Camp is just somebody who's just been hanging on by her fucking fingernails in Hollywood for her entire career. And I mean, good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway. So
So Anna
that's-
Kendrick, she
Anna-
shows up
Right.
and she basically so the Bellas have always been singing traditional songs. They're never going to go anywhere because they're singing boring songs. And then Becca,
As opposed
shows
to
up.
exciting songs like songs by Sia.
yeah, you don't like Sia?
I mean, I just think it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. They're talking about like we're singing traditional songs, but they're not singing like fuck the Wheels on the Bus or some shit. They're singing like The Sign by Ace of Base from the year 1994. It's not that old.
But they've been singing it every year, I think is what we're supposed to be understanding.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I just don't think it's that much of a stretch to just like pick a current similar song. Like, it would be a weirder thing to like really go out there.
So you think Anna Kendrick ruined this group with her?
Oh, I
ideas?
hate the Anna Kendrick character. I hate her. I would never want to spend any time with her.
Why?
Because she's selfish, she's annoying, she's untalented, and she's not funny.
She's not funny.
And she's a fake bad girl with shitty tattoos.
Does she have tattoos? I didn't
Yes.
notice any tattoos.
Yes.
She's not so selfish. She's trying to improve the group by giving them pointers, saying, "Hey,
Oh, she's not selfish. Let me walk you through day 1 at this college. All right?
yeah,
Anna Kendrick shows up. She immediately goes to her dorm room to meet her roommate.
she's not nice to her roommate."
She's an asshole to her roommate. This
I
movie,
agree.
by the way, these movies are anti-Asian.
Movies are also too long.
Well, the second one is. The first one
The-
is fun.
The second one's 3 minutes longer.
Yeah, but it feels like an hour longer.
The first one feels long too.
I don't think so. Anyway, where was I?
Her roommate.
Okay, yeah. So she's an asshole to the roommate. Her dad shows up. She's an asshole to that guy.
He's kind of asshole to her too, kind of.
Not really.
He
And
doesn't
then,
really believe in her.
well, neither do I. So then we cut to like another scene or whatever, and then when we cut back, it's later that day. She's still in the dorm room. The roommate is now lying on the bed trying to read. Okay? And here's what Anna Kendrick is doing. She has her little shitty DJ set up in the corner. She is mashing together pop songs, not wearing headphones. With the door open. It's annoying her roommate. Not only is it annoying her roommate, it's annoying everybody on the floor. Okay? And the songs she is mashing together are Titanium by David Guetta featuring Sia, which is a great song, all right, admittedly. And I Would Walk 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, a Scottish band, another great song. But here's what's not good: mashups. They've never been good. They had a moment in like the mid 2000s where they were novel, where Girl Talk was having fun with them and we were all dancing at festivals. And then fucking Glee got their hands on them. American Idol started doing mashup nights. Mashups are the lamest fucking thing in the world. And it seems to me that Anna Kendrick's entire being is structured around her ability to do these mashups. Even in the fucking second movie, she hands in some shitty mashup, and like a professional music producer is like, maybe you should write something, loser.
Yeah. So you agree with Keegan Michael Key that mashups, anyone can do mashups?
Yes, I agree with Keegan. The only thing I don't agree with Keegan Michael Key with is at the end of the movie when he's like, "All right, now I think you're a genius. I've changed my mind. You're totally brilliant."
Yeah. Do you like Keegan Michael Key? Because I'm kind of over Keegan Michael Key.
Oh, I'm over him, but this was a nice little nostalgia blast to a time when he wasn't annoying yet.
Every time he's in stuff, I'm like, all right, here's 5 minutes where it's Keegan Michael Key's time on screen.
Yeah, the thing with Keegan Michael Key is he has shtick, and he's I don't know. I think he's uncreative. That's the wrong thing to say because Key and Peele was an incredibly creative show and brilliant. But like,
Maybe it was Peele.
I mean, clearly Peele turns out to have been the talent of the group, but I just think that Keegan Michael Key like relies on the same few tricks too often to the point where he's become a predictable presence in comedy, and comedy thrives on unpredictability and what do you call it, spontaneity. And Keegan Michael Key shows up. I mean, like when I saw that he was going to be in that Predator movie, I was like, oh, he's going to show up and do the Keegan Michael Key thing. Fine. And he does. That's exactly what he does.
Yeah. I did like, there's like one part in the second movie where I liked him. There's like one guy that keeps annoying him, that keeps like answering all of his questions. And at one point, Keegan Michael, he just had enough and he's like, all right, take a lap. He just tells him to run around the studio. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But that's it, basically.
No, I thought he was funny in the second one, all right. But it's more now. Like in 2012, I think Keegan Michael Key was very funny. And
That's 2015, the second one.
2015, sure. But he's tired now.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's what Kendrick's doing. She wants to be a DJ / producer.
So your problem is she didn't have AirPods. If she had AirPods and wasn't bothering her roommate, you'd like her more?
I wouldn't respect her if she had AirPods either. She's trying to be a music producer. Get something with some bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some Bose or whatever.
Yeah. So anyway. Oh, and also during that conversation with her dad, she refers to her stepmom as her stepmonster, which
What's
is
wrong with
just that's just a thing from the OC. That's what Rachel Bilson used to call her stepmom.
I'm sure it's from something before that.
Listen, Kay Cannon, you can't just watch the OC, put a line in a movie, and assume nobody else has seen the OC. It was a hit show.
Can I tell you something else they do in this movie?
What?
You know the cups thing, right?
Of course.
They play that game in an episode of Full House. DJ and Stephanie are doing the little cup game.
That's a famous game.
Oh, that's a famous game?
Yeah, I think the innovation of the movie was to do it with that song.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The cup song.
Look, I'd always heard of Cups, right? It's a famous part. It's probably the most famous scene in this movie. And I remember it came out around the time I was like trying to get back. Remember, I've talked about this on the show before, where I made a concerted effort at a certain point to like get back into pop music.
Yeah.
And so I was listening to a lot of pop radio around this time, which is how I knew Titanium by David Guetta and loved that song. So I would put on the fucking radio and they would play that Anna Kendrick's doing Cups is exactly as it sounds in the movie. Like on the radio, they would just play a minute of her doing this in her audition. And it was odd. Like at the time I was like, that's so weird. I've never heard anybody do that before.
It wasn't just the clip, like they did record the real version of the song.
Right, but I would listen to it on the radio and they were playing the one from the movie. Like I know it was released as an official single and Anna Kendrick like won a Grammy or some shit for it. Yeah.
Good
anyway. Yeah.
Do you like Anna Kendrick, by the way?
She's annoying, but she's talented. I think she's got to hone that in the right role. I think she's really good. She's good with a good script. I think if movies give her too much rope, she fucks it up.
Is this the right role? Because I feel like this is the role people would point to.
Yeah, this is the right role. I think I think in this first one, she's well cast and acquits herself nicely and comes across like a comedy movie star. And in the second one, where they're allowed cast wide, it's not just her. They're allowed to improvise way more. She comes across way worse.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I saw Anna Kendrick in was Up in the Air, and then she got nominated for an Oscar. So she kind of came out of nowhere.
When was 50-50? Is that before or after this?
That's after.
Oh, she's good in that.
I always thought like she should have had a bigger career. It was odd to me that after Up in the Air, she was still taking roles like 50-50. Like, if I'm Anna Kendrick's agent, after Up in the Air, I'm only accepting starring roles for her. I feel like she had an opportunity there to have like an Emma Stone kind of a career.
That's a
and
good call.
She didn't quite make it there.
Yeah, no, definitely didn't make it there. Maybe she will though.
I think it's probably
She's
over
young.
for her. She'll end up on TV. She'll be good on TV.
Okay. Like a
Rebel-
New Girl type show.
Maybe. Yeah, honestly, she'd be good for something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Rebel Wilson, this was kind of her breakout role. I'd already seen her in Bridesmaids by this point.
Yes.
But yeah, she was living with one of them. Wig?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, in the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen Bridesmaids like since I was 13 years old.
What? Gotta watch Smades every few years.
Yeah, I need to.
Anyway, fucking. So she's funny in that, and when she showed up in this, I was like, oh, good for that girl. But I didn't see these movies, and then I kind of just never watched her in anything ever again. So I don't have much of an opinion on Rebel Wilson. I know that she was on a sitcom called Super Fun Night. That was one of the worst shows I've ever watched the pilot of. But other than that, I've really only seen her in Bridesmaids, and like she's bad on award shows.
You know what so she's in these, and I did not like her in these when I was younger, and I sort of like lumped her into like the Amy Schumer thing of like she's not very funny.
Another fat Amy.
Oh, Daniel. But I lumped her into that group of like I just don't like these people very much. But watching these again, I was into Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah, I think in
For the
both of
most
these. You
part.
don't like the second one? I think she's funny in the second one. Not as funny in the first as in the first one, but I still
just
like her.
think that the second movie is a mess. Like, I think there's
Yeah.
isolated bits with most of them in the second one that work, but it's not a good movie. Rebel Wilson in the first movie, I think Fat Amy is a particularly thought out character. It feels to me like Kay Cannon, the writer of the movie, knew that she couldn't name a character Fat Amy without like actually like treating her like a person.
I think that is a funny joke where she says she calls herself Fat Amy so they can't do it, but then her real name is Fat Patricia. That's so funny to me.
That's a funny joke. I don't love that the explanation was that she calls herself Fat Amy so other people can't call her fat, because then she sees it as a negative thing. It'd be a lot more acceptable to me if she was just like body positive or whatever.
I like that though. Like her whole life, they were doing it behind her back. So one day she just decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it so you guys can't.
Yeah, people who do that are annoying in real life.
People that try and accept themselves and grow.
No, people that try to like disarm you by like saying like, oh, I'm gonna be self-deprecating before someone could rip on me. This is what Kevin Smith does. Every interview you read about Kevin Smith is about what a fat guy he is with a tiny dick. And it's just like, all right, great.
He lost a lot of weight though.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it got bigger. Does that happen?
Yes, but thankfully not for him. I think he's keeping it off.
Is he married?
Yeah, he's been married since Dogma. He met his wife making that movie.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like a fucking hot grown daughter now. You know about that?
Yeah, I know about his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna start. I feel like she's gonna start showing up and stuff any day now. It's gonna be like Maud Apatow in like a year.
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. What are we gonna talk about? That's the cast.
Well, at one point, Brittany Snow and Anna Kendrick are in the shower together singing Titanium.
That's right. She's singing Titanium in the shower, and Brittany Snow's like, "Wow, great! You're doing a great job singing Titanium." And then Anna Kendrick goes, "You know David Guetta?"
Yeah, was that novel at this point?
No, he was an enormous star, huge DJ. I mean, this is a performing arts college. Brittany Snow is on the a cappella team majoring in music. If she hadn't heard of David Guetta, I would have been blown away.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Anyway, they harmonize nude, but you don't get to see anything. Next up is audition time. They're all going to do little bits and bobs from Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good choice.
It is okay. But then Anna Kendrick, once again, just can't fucking play by the goddamn rules and walks in and is like, I'm not gonna do that. I brought some cups and I'm gonna perform this because I'm an artist, all right?
Well, she didn't bring it. She actually steals it from them.
Yeah, good point. She didn't even prepare shit.
Yeah.
If it was up to her, she probably just would have fucking sung Titanium mixed with Bulletproof or some bullshit.
Do you like seeing Titanium McLovin?
I did like seeing McLovin. It's always good to see McLovin.
Always good to see McLovin. What's his
Yeah.
real name?
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was in what was he in recently? Oh, Promising Young Woman. He was in that pretty recently.
Oh yeah, I think he showed up in that Shrink Next Door show, if I remember correctly.
I don't know about that.
I might be wrong.
You're probably right.
I don't trust myself. I'm looking it up.
Oh, you should trust you know this stuff. This
Well,
is like
But then you say stuff like that.
but I don't know stuff.
And you know what? I was wrong. He's not in that show.
Oh, you're pretty stupid.
Thanks, bro. So she
Yeah,
does
people
cups.
audition.
Right.
She comes in and does the cups, blows their mind. Did you like the song or no? Are you into it?
It's all right. But after that scene, they do a montage set to Starships by Nicki Minaj, which is one of the greatest songs ever written. So I lost my mind.
Come on. I don't like those.
Are you crazy?
No, I'm not crazy.
No song can pump me up during a summer month like Starships by listen, and I know we've all got problems with Nicki Minaj. She protected her rapist pedophile brother, and we don't like that about her. But she also wrote Starships.
Did she write it?
I don't know. But
I'm more of a
it's-
Super Bass fan.
You know who wrote Super Bass?
No.
The black girl from the Pitch Perfect.
Are you is that a joke?
No, I swear to God, that
What the
actress
hell?
is a songwriter in real life, and that's one of the songs she's famous for.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's amazing. Wow.
What's her name?
Cynthia in the movie? I don't know.
Yeah, Esther Dean is the name of the actress. Yeah,
Holy cow,
Um,
that's incredible.
yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So Starships, amazing, and then let's talk about the love story. Skylar Astin. Skylar Astin is new to the school as well. Okay. At first, you think it's going to be like a movie where it's like we're going to spend half the time with the men and half the time with the women, but pretty quickly we pretty much lose Skylar Astin. And
Even
we're
more in the
spending-
second one. He is
Yeah,
barely in the second
He's
one.
and I think that's because Kate Cannon was like, "Yo, you know who we don't need in the second one? Any of these dudes but Adam Devine."
Well, and also in the second one, they're like in a relationship, and this guy like pretending to be in a relationship does not work on screen. So you're like, you have to cut that out.
Why do you say that?
He has one scene with Anna Kendrick where he drops her off and he like smacks her on the ass and is like, "You go get him, girl." And you're like, "What? We're supposed to buy this guy as like a boyfriend?
Yeah,
This guy sucks."
I know. Two things. A, Skylar Astin, I looked up whether he was gay.
Okay, why would that matter, Daniel?
Well, I'm just saying he had no chemistry with Anna Kendrick whatsoever. So I was starting to wonder, like, is this because you're a bad actor? Are you gay? And he was married to Anna Camp.
What?
Yes.
At the time?
No, after. He met her on this movie, and they were married for 3 years and then got divorced.
Like between first and second one, or what?
Between third and fourth. I mean, third and now.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. But here's another thing I don't like about Skylar Astin.
Yeah.
His real name's Skylar Lipstein. He changed that name to sound less Jewish.
I
I
was just gonna
fucking
ask
see
you.
you, asshole.
I was gonna ask if he's related to Sean or not, but I guess not.
No.
Wow, what a fraud.
Yeah. Piece of shit. All right.
I actually think it's not as bad in the first one. Like, I mean, he's not amazing, but when she sings "Don't You Forget About Me," that's a cool moment.
Yeah, but she's like doing it to try and please this awful man. All right. They're both awful. I mean, the conversation where they are first talking and it's like they're flirting because they both work at the radio station, and you start to see as a viewer, like, oh, they're love interests.
Right.
It's like I did not want to see them fuck each other. I did not want to see them fuck anybody else. I did not want to see either of them find happiness in the world.
I don't agree with that.
All right. Skylar Astin comes up to Anna Kendrick. He's like, "Yo, Kendrick, I think you're fucking fine. I want to date you. Come hang out with me. I love movies. All right. So come over, watch a movie with me. Kendrick goes, I don't like movies. Right away, I'd be like, all right, we can't hang out.
Yeah. To
Because
just not like movies?
Because there's one thing, like, I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, I have a lot of interests. I can carry great conversations with people who are not interested in movies or entertainment or comics or whatever. But you can't really be in a long-term relationship with someone like that. Because at the end of the night, you're going to want to do something. And it's going to be your idea to point yourselves at a television and watch a movie. And they're never, ever going to want to do that.
And somebody who doesn't have the mental fortitude to be able to watch a movie from beginning to end, I don't want to be with that person.
Yeah, that's her argument too. Like, the end is always predictable. Like, what?
Yeah, she brings up like Darth Vader.
I know. Yeah, Vader means father. It's like, dude, watch a Robert Altman movie. You think you're some kind of great artist? You're mashing up titanium with 500 miles. That's your art.
Come on. What do you think? All right, can I ask you a question? We hear "Hit Me With Your Best Shot" by Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Do you always think of Survivor Tocantins when you hear that song?
No, I never do. What is that? When does that play in Survivor Tocantins?
It's when I think it's when Coach comes back from Exile Island and he's like he's talking, he's like going on a big thing. He's like, "Hit me with your best shot, Pat Benatar." That's something that he says.
Oh my
And
God,
so I
no.
always think about him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Skylar Astin's list of the top 5 movie soundtracks of all time?
All right, what was it? There was The Breakfast Club, Star Wars, Rocky, Jaws, something else.
E.T.
E.T.
Okay. So he's gone with 5 movie scores. All right. Five movie soundtracks. These are the 5 best scores and soundtracks ever. That's how he presents it to Anna Kendrick. I might have picked 3 and 2. He goes with 4 scores, 1 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Not great. Yes, the Breakfast Club soundtrack is awesome, but it really only has like 2 songs on it. It's not that amazing a soundtrack. He just really likes Don't You Forget About Me. He could have just made her a fucking playlist and put Don't You Forget About Me on it, but I guess we're not doing that. All right, so he picks fucking Jaws, E.T., and Star Wars. All fucking 3 scored by John Williams.
Yeah.
All right? So clearly he knows fucking nothing about music. We've already talked on this show about how John Williams just uses bits from...
Hack fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud. He uses shit from old composers, like classical composers, and repurposes them for movies. So, like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Putting E.T. and Star Wars on the same list together, what a waste of a slot, all right? Fucking
Rocky's
idiot. Rocky's like the... To me, Rocky, you want Rocky on there? Fine. You want one John Williams? Put Jaws. Or Star Wars? Fine.
What's a better soundtrack?
I don't listen to any of these fucking soundtracks. I don't know.
What's like Dazed and Confused? Is there good stuff on that one?
Yeah, but I would just listen to the bands. Like, to me, I never liked soundtracks. Like, the movie exposes me to bands, and then I'll go listen to the bands.
School of Rock. That's good.
I wouldn't listen to that soundtrack, though.
I've listened to that soundtrack.
The only soundtracks I ever liked were ones where an artist did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like Amy Mann.
Purple Rain?
Yeah, Purple Rain's a great soundtrack. Or Magnolia, or, whatever. Beyonce's The Lion King.
Yeah, you got Donald Glover in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, bro? Oh, the riff off is next. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's a thing where, I mean, we talked about it already, but all the acapella squads just like compete against each other. It's not good in this movie, but it's at least novel. It's like, wow, I wonder if that's real. It seems like it
Probably
could be
is.
something from that book that it's based on.
I bet it's real.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Ben Schwartz and Scott Aukerman do a similar thing on Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay.
A similar game. Oh, you know what? I actually wrote down, I hate Anna Kendrick doing No Diggity. So I disagree
I didn't
with
like it
MTV. Yeah, I forgot she rapped and shit. That does suck.
Yeah. Did you like Fat Amy's solo in this movie? She gets to perform a solo, turn the beat around at one point.
I mean, that was presented as being like one of like the old hits that
Right.
we shouldn't be doing anymore, which I felt bad for Gloria Estefan.
But I think Rebel Wilson sells the hell out of it. I think she's great.
All right, yeah.
I was impressed with Rebel Wilson this time.
She can sing. Like,
Yeah, she's good. She puts her all into it. She's good.
yeah. So next, Skylar Astin takes Anna Kendrick on a date. All right. He says, "I'm going to give you a cinematic education." That's going to be his date. First of all, if I'm the girl, I'm not going on this fucking date. Don't teach me shit. What an exhausting date.
But they're both gonna teach each other things and learn and grow as people in their relationship.
So his cinematic education consists of him sitting her down next to him on the bed, putting on only the last 5 minutes of The Breakfast Club, and then talking through it.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, great.
Were you real motivated when you first saw The Breakfast Club? Were you
I
like,
was.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
don't you forget about me? He put his fist in the air.
Logan, I have a journal from when I was in 8th grade, and I'd seen The Breakfast Club before that, but I bought it on VHS that year, and I know I have this somewhere in my parents' house, this long ass diary entry about how I am all of the characters in The Breakfast Club. They all represent me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody thought that. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I know. That's
It
why it's a
does do that
brilliant
to
movie.
you.
Yeah.
I agree.
So they're anyway, they're performing again. This is what you were talking about with Rebel Wilson, and Anna Kendrick decides that she's gonna come in and fucking sing some bullshit, like hijack the performance like a real asshole.
It's good though.
No, it's not.
No,
It-
she
the-
like adds some flavor.
No, she doesn't. They're singing. It's going badly. I get it, but like, first of all, you're looking around the audience. You can't judge that quickly. Like the way she just confidently says, like they weren't enjoying it. How do you know? Like the 4 people you saw that looked bored weren't enjoying it.
No, but she was right. They were all yawning. They were over it.
All right, but I still don't think in the middle of a live performance you can just perform a mashup unexpectedly.
No, yeah, don't take your teammates by surprise. But
She just starts singing a La Rue song over everybody else.
yeah, what should she have sang? Africa?
No, she should have sung the song that they were singing.
Oh,
Yeah. This whole thing is weird. Like the competition, it's sort of presented like Best in Show, with Elizabeth Banks and John Michael Higgins doing the Fred Willard thing, and you meet like a lot of other crews doing shit. At one point, some a cappella crew is doing the song "Fuck You" by Lily Allen, but they changed the lyrics to "F you," which
with
annoyed
the
me.
sock puppets.
Yeah, that bothered me.
I like it. I think it's like it's a pretty cool song.
Just say "fuck you."
It's PG-13 movie. What do you want?
Also, that song was a vehemently anti-Bush protest anthem, and they're
Really?
performing it in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to it. Keep going.
All right. Who makes the jokes that there's an a cappella group called the Minstrel Cycles?
Oh, I think that was Elizabeth Banks' old a cappella group.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's maybe the best joke in the movie.
there's a lot of pretty good jokes.
Okay. Oh, we meet a crew of old men, like not old men, but like veteran a cappella guys.
Right.
And it's Donald Faison from Scrubbers and Clueless, and Jason Jones from The Daily Show, and Joe Latrulio from The State,
He's the only
Brooklyn
one I know.
Nine-Nine. That's the only one you recognize?
I think so. I know Donald, the Faison guy,
I knew all 4 of them, bro.
but this
And then
guy
the
I knew from like Superbad and stuff.
Yeah. And then the other one was Harmar Superstar, who was like an indie guy at the time. He was sort of adjacent to the comedy world. I guess that's how he ended up in this. I noticed that they replaced him when they brought this joke back for the second movie.
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
back.
They need a bigger star. All right, so they don't make the finals, right?
Well, that's when like the downturn happens. They throw a trophy through that glass, right? And he calls her dad because she ends up in jail. And she's like, "Why did you call my dad? And how you were supposed to bail me out
Because
with your
you're
own
a
money?"
brat. Because you're a fucking child. All right, and
Yeah.
you need your daddy to come set you straight.
That's
Fucking
crazy though.
loser.
She's like, "Thanks for bailing me out." And then when she finds out he didn't spend his money, he instead got her dad. She's like, "How dare you do that? That's terrible."
How dare you, freshman college student, not spend thousands of your own dollars to bail me out of prison for some stupid bullshit I did that when I acted like an 8-year-old.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
she is wrong, but luckily she sings. the
She's
song
wrong at
the end.
every turn. At every turn of this movie, she's wrong.
Yeah, I guess not your MVP.
No. So they're finally able to perform at the finals because the only black team and clearly the best a cappella team is disqualified for being too young.
Yeah, they're still in high school.
They had to make it the only black people in the entire movie.
And did you notice what song they were singing?
No.
They were singing Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Also, can I say that at the beginning of the movie, when they first have a meeting for the Bellas to like see who's gonna like show up the new freshman class or whatever, there are 2 black people on the team. And then Anna Camp tells them you can't you can't hook up with any of the treble makers at like the opening night party or whatever. And like 2 or 3 of them admit the next day that they did. And Anna Camp kicks them off the fucking team.
Yeah, she takes it seriously.
There's only one other black girl, all right? There's 2 black girls on the team. One of them hooked up with a treble maker. And Anna Camp, like, think about what's the one who ends up on the team who wrote Super Bass?
Cynthia, whatever.
Yeah. Think about her. She's got like
Yeah.
one black friend on this white ass acapella crew that's performing Ace of Base songs, and like she gets kicked out day one.
We don't know if they were friends.
All right, but you know, you look for people that you can relate to,
Sure.
and then later on in the movie, like they all fuck treble makers.
Not her though. She's gay.
But Rebel Wilson fucking marries a treble maker. Anna Kendrick ends up dating one.
Haley Steinfeld is with Ben Platt.
I mean, think about this girl who, like, just 3 months ago got kicked out of the fucking squad. Ridiculous.
Can I tell you the funniest joke in the movie? I thought
What?
it's like at some point they're talking, and Anna Camp is like, "It's like you two haven't even been here all year," and they're like, "We have, but it's 2 people that have not been on screen at all." That's
Yeah.
very funny.
That is a good joke.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm. Lost used to do that sometimes because, you know, it was like a plane crash. There needed to be like a shit ton of extras on the island, but really in practice, only like 12 of them ever spoke.
Yeah, so just show one every now and then.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway, actually, at one time they had like one of the leads, like Matthew Fox, goes like, "Scott, can I get you over here for a second?" And he goes, "I'm Steve." All right. Someone falls in the puke. That was gross. Whatever. Yeah, more to say?
At what point? I'm pretty sure the lesbian one tries to rape the sexy one. They give him like rape whistles at the start of the movie, and she's blowing her whistle like she's being raped. I thought that was interesting. Never picked up on that.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, maybe it might take a 4th or 5th viewing for you.
Should more of these people been characters? Because
Yes.
Anna Kendrick, it should be more of an ensemble, right? Anna Kendrick is a character, Brittany Snow is a character, Anna Camp is a character, and Rebel Wilson is a character. But
Right.
then you've got like there's
The quiet one, the
there's
sexy
slutty
one.
girl, there's black girl, and there's Asian girl. And Asian girl also has to be quiet girl, which is ridiculous. And I mean, they're really not. They don't really get jokes. They're just kind of around.
Yeah, she falls in the vomit. She speaks up a little louder. At one yeah, they're not characters. I thought the same thing. Especially the second one. Do something with them.
And yeah, when the Asian, what's that actress's name? So I don't keep saying the Asian
I have
girl.
no idea.
Her name's Hannah May Lee. Okay,
Lily in the movie, I think.
correct. Yeah. So I thought it was gonna be like Major League. You know, you ever see Major League?
No.
All right. So in Major League, it's like everyone's got one issue with their game, and the coach has to figure it out so the team can be good. Like this guy, he can't throw to second base, right? So, but it turns out when he sings, he has better accuracy or something like that. So when he sings, he throws. So I thought this movie was going to be like that. When they set up a character who doesn't fucking speak, I was like, oh, that's nice. They'll have to like figure out a way to like get her to use her voice once and for all. But no, they just through 2 movies don't speak to her.
Right. She raps at the end of the first one, and I thought that was still going to be like, oh, now she talks. But the second one, she doesn't really. She goes
Well,
back
does
to like
she
how
project when she's singing?
Well, she does like the beatbox, but I don't think she really sings.
Like when she's singing, when we're watching them sing and harmonize, is
I
she
don't think so.
quiet? Like, is there sound coming from her?
Yes.
I
a
like. I
little
don't
bit.
understand what I'm supposed to be thinking.
Yeah, I think it's not very loud.
All right. Hey, I thought this movie was okay. I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3 also.
Oh, all right. Who's your MVP?
My MVP is Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little weird here.
Elizabeth Banks?
No, I'm gonna go with Anna Camp.
That's a good choice.
I thought she really held this movie together, played a real character. Everyone else was reacting to her, and when she wasn't in the second movie, I really did miss her. And when she showed up briefly in the second movie, I really felt like, oh, this is the team that I was rooting for in the last movie.
Yeah, you really feel like her obsession and like it's like do or die. You know, she's good. It's like she's like acting like Anna Camp in her career. Like this is like you really got to make it happen.
Yeah, hanging on by
She
her
really,
fingernails.
yeah, she drew from that.
Yeah, maybe.
LVP,
all right.
Ben Platt.
Oh, no, Skylar Aston.
No.
Yeah,
I like the part where she sings "Don't You Forget About Me" at the end.
no fucking thank you.
Ben Platt, just what a loser. Did you watch Dear Evan Hansen or no?
No, I would never watch that.
Never.
What does he kill himself?
I think somebody else kills himself, right? It's like a friend of his.
What's Dear Evan Hansen about? Do we know?
No, I have no idea.
Okay,
I thought it was
high
like-
school senior with social anxiety disorder and his journey of self-discovery and acceptance following the suicide of a fellow classmate. Except he's like in his 30s in the movie.
Right. But I get so he doesn't kill himself. He has social anxiety, and his
I think
friend
he's
kills
dealing with his
himself?
friend killing. God, this movie's 2 hours and 17 minutes long.
Oh my
Who
god!
would ever watch that? I would sooner. That wasn't an endurance trial. I mean, how many suicides happened during screenings of that movie?
I would guess 0. I think we would have heard about it.
I think it would have to be at least one.
Wouldn't we hear about that?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's like Disney World now. They block everything. People die at Disney all the time. You never hear about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Never been.
All right, never. Oh, we've talked
No.
about this before. It's weird.
Yeah,
You live so close.
yeah.
Who's your LVP? Did you say?
Ben Platt. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By the way, what song do you think they sing at the end? The winner gets to pick the next audition song, and it shows Anna Kendrick like, all right, the next one's gonna be, and then the movie ends. What do you think she picked?
Well, Anna Kendrick probably picked something from the Danger Mouse album where they mashed together the Black Album by Jay-Z and the White Album from the Beatles.
All right, that's a good guess. I was thinking
Yeah.
like All American Rejects, Dirty Little Secret.
Oh,
Maybe that'd be
maybe she could. Maybe she did that one where it's Linkin Park and Jay-Z. Man, Jay-Z loved mashups.
Yeah, he's good at that stuff. He's a genius, Jay-Z.
What the hell are you waiting for? Encore. Do you want more? So stupid. I fucking hate mashups.
Jeez, who knew?
Well, now everybody does. Never send me a mashup. I won't enjoy it. All right, so next movie. It's going down. We're yelling timber. Everyone's back. You know, Kay Cannon's writing the thing. Elizabeth Banks signs on to be the director. She had only ever directed one of the shorts in Movie 43, one of the worst films ever made, and since then she's made Pitch Perfect 2 and Charlie's Angels. And I hope her directing career just continues in perpetuity because what great art she has thrust upon the world.
Yeah, I sense sarcasm.
Oh, I'm being sarcastic because she's incredibly, deeply untalented behind the scenes.
Yeah, but I will always love Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, she's in Wet Hot.
And she's in lots of good stuff. She's in Spider-Man and what, Role Models? She's like Paul Rudd's girlfriend in Role Models. What else is she in? The 40-Year-Old
tastes like-
Virgin.
You taste like barbecue. I don't like you anymore.
Yeah, that's her best. That's her best role. But she's in the Lego movies. You haven't seen those, but she's actually good in those. She's a good voice in that.
She's good in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, she's good in lots of stuff.
She's good in she's good in some stuff.
She's good in Pitch Perfect 1.
She's good in Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. I like Elizabeth Banks. I just think some people are actors.
I agree with you.
Yeah. May 15th, 2015 is when this film came out. On a budget of 31...
That 3-year window.
Yeah, 3-year window for sure. $31 million was the budget, which is double the previous movie.
Didn't matter, though.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was probably salaries. Yeah, the box office was 287.5. It came in at number 12 at the box office.
Crazy.
It moves up from number 48 to number 12. Between Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, and The Revenant. That's the company it's keeping now.
I didn't know The Revenant made so much money.
Leo, they always make money.
Yeah, I guess so. It seems like a weird choice, though.
I know, it does seem weird that so many
That's
people
a big year. That's like one of
torture
the
themselves.
huge years.
That's
like Jurassic World. There's a Star Wars.
Yeah, it's not a
Avengers.
It actually it's got some good indie movies.
Fast
that
and
year,
Furious
too.
was that year.
Furious 7, yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge year.
All right, well, let's talk about some of the awards that a lot of people had to compete with Pitch Perfect 2 at award time.
Yeah, like what?
Like the Kids' Choice Awards, for instance.
It's the Kids' Choice Awards. It's KCA to you, but it's the kids making the choice, yeah.
Pitch Perfect 2 for Best Movie of the Year.
Wow.
All right, but it lost to The Force Awakens.
Yeah, good choice.
All right, Rebel Wilson was nominated for Best Actress of the Year, and she lost to Jennifer Lawrence for Mockingjay 2.
Okay. Never saw that.
It was pretty bad. MTV Awards. Oh, let's hear it again.
Are you going to do it this time?
No, you do it.
I want my MTV.
What a joy. All right. Anna Kendrick was nominated for Best Actress of the Year at the MTV Movie Awards, baby. But she lost to Charlize Theron for Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Rebel Wilson nominated for Best Comedic Performance of the Year, and she lost to Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool.
Has anybody been so hot for so long
Who?
as Charlize Theron?
Oh, you mean like physically hot?
And mentally.
I mean, she's just great, isn't she? Like, she showed up in 1996. The first thing I ever saw her in was That Thing You Do, followed close behind by, like, Devil's Advocate and shit. And, like, she was already, you were like, oh, she's charming and hot, right? And then, like, a couple years later, she started doing shit like Monster, and you're like, oh, she's not just charming and hot, she's also, like, really fucking good. And she just still is.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, she's just, what a career. It's been going on now for over 25 years.
Amazing.
And she just keeps making good choices, and like, she seems like a good person. She does a lot of philanthropy, and she's like one of easily the 10 most beautiful women in the world.
The dreads in Fate of the Furious was weird.
Are you kidding me?
That was a weird choice.
Oh, baby.
But other than that, she's been on fire.
Yeah, really amazing person. I always respect her for her Arrested Development run.
Yeah, maybe I didn't even get to that. I don't remember her on that.
She's playing like a love interest of Jason Bateman's, and he's like hanging out with her for like a few episodes before finding out that she's mentally challenged.
Oh my God.
And he just didn't notice because she's so beautiful.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's great. All right, People's Choice. Oh wait, I'm still actually at MTV. Wilson and Divine. They won Best Kiss. How about that?
Okay.
The Pitch Perfect 2 also won Best Ensemble Cast at the MTV Movie Awards.
Wow.
All right. People's Choice Awards gave it Best Comedic Movie.
Okay.
Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson were nominated for Best Comedic Actress, but they both lost to Melissa McCarthy for Spy. Remember Spy?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. All right. Teen Choice Awards. Skylar Astin, Logan, won the Teen Choice Award for Best Comedy Actor.
What the hell?
Yep. Kendrick beat Wilson for Comedy Actress. Kendrick and Snow, Logan, won the award for Best Chemistry in a Movie.
Do they talk?
I couldn't even remember.
I like Brittany Snow, and she's good in these movies, but I don't really remember what she does in this movie.
I couldn't believe she was in this movie. Why is she in it? She was a senior in the fucking first one.
Yeah, she says she's been failing classes to be there.
But you can't just say that and expect me to accept it, because while it's a funny joke, this movie is expected to take place in a reality that makes sense to me. And that doesn't.
Well, that's her story, I guess, in this one. Is she was failing, and at the end she decides she's going to pass now. That's her big thing.
Yeah. All right. So this movie was nominated for Best Kiss. It lost to Insurgent. And
they won. Rebel Wilson and
that was the first one.
Oh
no, you're talking about MTV. Teen Choice Awards went with Insurgent. Okay. The Green Bay Packers, Haley Steinfeld, and Kevin Devine were all nominated for Best Scene Stealer. So I just want you to know that Jordan Rogers, fucking JoJo's fiance or whatever,
they're married at this point,
has a nomination for Best Teen Choice Awards Scene Stealer.
But they lost to who?
They lost to Chris Evans for Avengers Age of Ultron, which is another insane choice. He doesn't steal scenes. He's the star of the movie.
Yeah, what the hell kind of like rubric do they go by?
Yeah, the best scene stealer of 1981, Harrison Ford in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, this was so stupid. They should let us run an award show.
I agree. And finally, Flashlight was nominated for the best song in a movie. That's the song that Haley Steinfeld writes, where Anna Kendrick's like, this girl has an actual talent. I guess I'll steal it.
Yeah, she doesn't steal it. They work together. They collab, as the kids say.
She's using Haley Steinfeld's excitement at working with a real Bella to her own advantage, if you ask me.
Yeah, she is. But they're both gaining.
Yeah, I guess so. It of course deservedly lost the award to See You Again.
Oh, yeah.
Because how can we not talk about family when family's all that we've got?
How did that lose the ensemble cast?
Great point.
What the hell are they doing?
Paul Walker was dead.
Yeah, they should have given him that. Give it to his brother.
Let his 16-year-old girlfriend accept it on his behalf. What's true?
No, it's not true. She was of age.
She was not. She was 17.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I just exaggerated it by 1 year. All right. So Timber by Kesha and Pitbull. Logan, what a fucking banger. I hadn't thought of this one in years.
You really love that one?
Oh, yeah. Great song. I mean, the problem with that song is the Pitbull verse. You got to sit through that fucking verse to get to all the great Kesha parts.
Yeah, I'm not a Pitbull guy.
Me neither. He sucks. He's awful. He just looks like a character. He looks like he'd be like Scarface's right-hand man or something.
But guess
like
what?
He would die in the final shootout in Scarface.
But
what?
Do you know what? It doesn't matter what we say about Pitbull, because Pitbull was on top of the world for 10 years, and he made so much money that what we say...
I don't even think it was 10 years. I feel like Pitbull was on top of the world for like 4 years, and now
Pitbull
never needs
was
to work again.
the biggest deal for so long. He was in everything. It was so big. Pitbull
Yeah.
made so much money, probably.
I mean, no, that I don't doubt. Pitbull like owned Florida. I think Pitbull might be like the secret governor of Florida. Like Ron DeSantis is working on behalf of Pitbull.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Way to
it's
go,
incredible.
Pitbull. We're just
Incredible.
not fans.
No, I'm just not a fan, but he dresses well. Anyway, so they're performing Timber, as it turns out, for Barack Obama's birthday.
I didn't know it was his birthday.
Well, they say that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the Kennedy Center Honors at first or something, but apparently it's Barack Obama's birthday. President Obama.
Yeah. What a time.
In his second term, okay? And
The first one was a first termer. This is a second termer.
yeah, good point. And then the third one's a Trump movie.
Well, what other franchises are like that? Where one came out Barack's first term, second was the second term, the third we're in Trump era.
It's a good point. Jurassic Park, the first one is Clinton 1, the second one's Clinton 2, and the third one's W. And then the fourth one we skipped to Obama.
Yeah, then we've got Obama and then Trump, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that was just off
Jurassic
the top
Park
of your
has
head.
released movies in the last 4 presidents.
That's incredible.
Yeah. They need and they're going to release a Biden one this year.
That's true.
All right.
Was that off the top of your head? How did you do that so fast? That was
Well,
actually
we just did the commentary track on
I know,
Jurassic
but
Park.
it worked. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was well done. Anyway, so I don't understand why it was whose choice it was to have an amateur. I mean, what? It's an a cappella team. I guess they're the national champions at this point.
Yeah, they've won the last 3 years in a row.
Okay, they're the national a cappella champions, and they're going to perform for Barack Obama. And why did the song they choose to perform for Barack Obama was Timber? Why?
I don't know.
Timber by Pitbull.
Maybe that's just the routine they were working on at the time when they got the call to perform.
But if they get the call that they're going to perform at Barack Obama's birthday, the first black president, you're going with a Kesha song?
What should they do?
Anything. I prefer The Sign by Ace of Base.
No.
No, listen, Timber's a great song, but like Barack Obama puts out every year a list of like, these were like the 20 albums I was fucking into this year. Just go through some of those lists and like pick some of his favorite songs and do a little montage.
Was he doing that back
Or
in
like,
2015?
Yeah, he did that his entire presidential run.
Okay.
You just pick 3 songs that Barack Obama has said are his favorite songs, and then have
Listen, what if that
and
was
no,
one of
and then
them?
have Anna Kendrick do a fucking shitty mashup of them.
Oh, maybe. But do you remember? Was Timber on there? Maybe it was.
It was definitely not. Are you kidding me? They do fucking Timber and then segue into Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. This is your performance that you're giving
That's
to
a great song.
Barack Obama? I agree it's a great song, but it doesn't work. You're not performing
Why
that to
not?
the president.
But
You-
Obama like gets art. He understands like movies and stuff and music. He would appreciate that. I
He
think.
understands art. It is not art to have a girl named Fat Amy come down on a fucking swing set and perform Wrecking Ball.
It took a lot of prep. They had to like get the stage direct. That's art.
And why are John Michael Higgins and Elizabeth Banks commenting on this performance?
Can I ask you something? Why do they sing the Universal theme song at the start of the movie?
Well, they do it a cappella.
But why? In their like the reality, why would they be doing that?
Well, they're not doing it. I think it's the soundtrack.
No, like they do it, and then they say, "Hey, we're on our podcast here at the Obama." Like why are those characters singing that
Oh,
song?
I didn't notice that. No, that's
real weird.
bad. Yeah, that's weird. So Amy,
Can I wait? Can I go get my laptop charger?
no, because you
Okay.
already peed. I'm fucking sick of this shit. All right.
Well, I mean, I'm on 6%. It's gonna
All right,
die.
go get your laptop charger, but I'm not stopping the goddamn podcast. I'm so sick of this shit. Logan is so good. He's such a good co-host, and he just can't control his bladder for so. I feel like he wasn't parented. You know, at some point, like your mom and dad, they have to teach you like this is how you hold it in. You only have to do it for another 20 fucking minutes. All right. Anyway, so Amy shows her fucking pussy to the president, and everybody freaks out. All right, they scream. It's like a horror show has had, like someone who's been murdered. It's like fucking Sic Semper Tyrannis is happening on that fucking stage, but it's just fat Amy's fat pussy. Is Logan back? No, he's not. All right. Anyway, this news goes out to the world. Everyone's losing their mind. We see clips from every TV show you can imagine. James Corden's got something to say. Jimmy Fallon's got something to say. They show it on The View. Hey, they show Rosie Perez commenting on The View. Was Rosie Perez at some point a View co-host? I missed that entirely. Anyway, we established the premise of the movie. It is 3 years from the first movie, okay? So why is Brittany Snow there? It doesn't make any sense. So they go for a meeting at the college, and it's Elizabeth Banks and John Michael Higgins are there. So I guess even though in the first movie they were just like the commentators of the Nationals, in this movie they're the dean. They're like the co-deans of the school. It doesn't make any sense.
No. I think they were just there talking to the dean.
Why were they there?
Because they were there. They were like part of the incident. They're gonna get them expelled or whatever.
Why were they at the incident?
Well, they were there when they were performing, and then they were like, "All right, well, she flashed the Obamas, so they're not going to be able to perform anymore, so they expelled them."
Why were they there at the performance? Why were they
They have a
commentating at
podcast.
the performance? Why?
They have a podcast now. They're doing it for their podcast.
But so what? Why are they authorities? Why did they get to speak to the dean of this school?
Because they run the college thing, and they were saying, hey, they can't compete at the college level, but they're like, oh, but we can compete in the world one because we won last
So
year.
these people are running the National Acapella Championships and also recording a live podcast during them?
I think so. Well, that wasn't at the international thing. That was at Obama's birthday party, remember? I think they were recording a separate podcast at the birthday party.
Right.
They were going to release as a podcast.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so I assume this is airing on television, or else they wouldn't be allowed to comment on it. So why did they need to give their opinion? Wouldn't the dean know everything, literally everything about this? This would be the biggest news story in America.
Because we need Elizabeth Banks to like talk about the world championship and how it happens every 4 years. I'm not going to defend a scene.
Also, why are they suspended for this? It was clearly an accident.
I agree
I don't
with
even
you.
think Obama would be offended by this. It would be like,
No, he would
oh,
love it.
No, he wouldn't love it. Jeez. But he would say, it was unfortunate. I bet he would have Fat Amy to the fucking White House to make her feel better about the whole ordeal.
Yeah. Well, what would Trump do?
Well, he wouldn't attend. He would never really attended shit like that. And then he would probably slag her off for being fat.
He doesn't have birthdays.
He does birthdays.
We don't know.
I don't know. All right. So that sets up that they're going to be in the World Championships, not the Nationals. I feel like they could have gotten to this place without having to go through this whole terrible opening and suspending them for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So let's meet the new character in the movie. She's going to be our new audience POV. It's Haley, the great Haley Steinfeld, one of my faves. She was kind of still an unknown at this point. She hadn't done Edge of 17 yet, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So
she was in True Grit.
Yeah, she had been
What
in
else?
True Grit as a kid, and she got one of those like kid Oscar nominations for that. And yeah,
You're saying not deserved?
I
Is that what
never
you're
think
saying?
kids should be nominated for Oscars.
Room? That kid in
No.
Room?
I think that was a great job by the director coaxing that performance out of him.
Was the little Butters girl nominated? Or was that like
No.
a Golden Globe?
No, and she shouldn't have been.
Oh, okay.
No
I'm just
kid.
wondering.
Anna Paquin won an Oscar.
Haley Joel Osment?
No. I think it's
No
very
kid.
impressive. I mean, Haley Joel's a little older. I don't know. But he's still just a kid. Fucking Shyamalan pulled that performance out of him. When a kid is really good in a movie, congrats to the director.
Yeah. Man, he started so hot, Shyamalan.
Well, he didn't start that way. Before that movie, he'd made 2 movies that no one gave a shit about.
I know.
Anyway, so Steinfeld. What's this character's name?
Emily.
Emily, right? Which I liked. It's my sister's name. And her mom is Katie Seagal. from Married with Children.
And the Disney Channel original movie
Smart House.
Yes.
Yeah. She plays Pat the House. And she's also in Sons of Anarchy. But anyway, she's married in real life to the creator of Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Oh, and I think these days she's fucking John Goodman over there on The Connors.
Oh, she replaced what's her face?
Well, she didn't replace, but it like on that show they killed Roseanne, so like John Goodman's a widower, and they had Katie Seagal as like the first woman he's like sleeps with since his wife dies. You know,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
what a beautiful show.
You watching that, or you just know?
Oh, I used to watch Roseanne. I gotta watch The Connors, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened? So she gets installed.
Mom
Yeah, the
was a
mom was
former
a Bella.
Bella.
Right? That's the big deal. And much like Nikki and Brie, two of my favorite Bellas.
That's a good one.
and so Haley's dream is to join the Bellas. She wants to like follow in her mom's footsteps, right?
Right.
And and she's doing the thing where she's like hot but awkward, and she's got great eyebrows. You know, it's the Haley Steinfeld classic performance.
Yeah.
And Anna Kendrick let's catch up with her. She's working for music producer Keegan Michael Key, who, in what I think is the funniest joke in the movie, is producing a Christmas album for Snoop Dogg. And can I just say, we find Snoop Dogg at a very particular moment in his career.
Really?
Yeah, because for maybe 6 months of his life, he changed his performing name to Snoop Lion and became
I
a
didn't know this
reggae
was during that
singer.
time.
And Keegan Michael Key multiple times refers to him as Snoop Lion at the beginning of this movie, really trying to impress upon the audience that that's his name.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
But why is it funny that it's a Christmas album?
Well, I like the explanation that Snoop Dogg, like, he participated in like a charity Christmas event, and he was so moved by like the spirit of the season that he wants to do a Christmas thing. And I really enjoyed Snoop Dogg in the recording booth singing Christmas songs and thinking he's awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah. No, but after every take, like, he doesn't want to hear criticism. He just wants them to tell him how great he was.
Yeah.
Like, the Keegan Michael Key's like, we need to add something special to the song. So of course Anna Kendrick is like, I have an idea. What about a mashup?
Yeah.
Fucking
He was kind of into it. He says, like, I'll listen to more of your stuff.
yeah, I mean, he's into it at first because it's like, well, a mashup is promising, but that's surely not all she does. But it is.
Little did he know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I just think like Snoop Dogg doesn't need the bells and whistles. Like, just a regular traditional Snoop Dogg Christmas album would probably be really fun to listen to.
No, yeah, that's a great idea. You
Yeah.
think that's the best joke in the whole movie?
Maybe not, but it's up there. No, actually, I thought the best joke in the movie was, I wrote it down, Rebel Wilson. So Haley Steinfeld's name in the movie is Becca Mitchell. And at one point, Rebel Wilson referred to her as the Big BM.
Yeah, you like that
And I
one?
thought that was the
That
funniest
seemed
joke.
very improv to me. That whole scene, actually.
I agree, yeah.
Wow. So Rebel Wilson, great job.
Yeah, the Big
By the way,
BM.
Becca with one C.
I know. I almost went out with a girl named that.
With one C?
There was this girl. Oh my god, she still probably exists somewhere. I mean, I went. I worked at Barnes and Noble with her. Her name was Becca Grimm. Okay.
You don't have to always say last names.
Yeah, I don't care. BECAGRIMM.
Come on.
You can fucking look her up. I'm sure she's on Twitter. And because I think she moved. She she might live in fucking Alabama now, bro. You should look her up. But she we went out to lunch once together, and I thought we were making friends because I had just started dating a girl a month earlier. And then that night she texted me, right? And she was like, so when are you going to ask me out? And it was a bummer because I wanted to real bad, but it's just bad timing, bro. Hey, Becca Grimm, if you're out there and you're single and you're interested in dating a sort of sadder, fatter version of that dude you once liked, I'm around.
And if you're around in Alabama, maybe I'm around.
Yeah, look up my friend Logan. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Adam Devine's campus security now. Which would have been funny if he was just like campus security the whole movie, but he very quickly starts doing a cappella again.
What happened with John Mayer?
Well, I don't know. He gets kicked off the crew. I created a backstory in my brain, actually. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So at one point, they're playing a game at the Riff Off, and the category is women John Mayer has had a relationship with, right? And he starts singing a Tina Turner song.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my theory. He was on tour with John Mayer. Okay. He went backstage at one of the concerts where he wasn't supposed to be in a restricted area and walked in on John Mayer fucking Tina Turner.
Wow. So he knew,
Okay.
but nobody else knew.
And to cover it up, he fired Adam Devine and made him sign an NDA. Okay. And then in this moment, in just trying off the top of his head to come up with women he's slept with, he starts singing a Tina Turner song because he knows that. Okay. But nobody else does. So he gets disqualified.
Daniel? That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Thank you.
That's definitely what happened.
That's 100% what happened.
How old is Tina Turner?
I mean, she's probably in her age. She's probably 80 now.
Holy cow.
No, she's not that old. She's like 70s, I would guess.
John Mayer's tried a lot. Who knows?
He has. He's been all over. Tina Turner, I'm looking her up. She's, Jesus Christ, she's 82.
Wow.
She's that fucking old, Tina Turner? I mean, she looks good for 82.
Yeah. All right. Tina Turner.
All right, so the riff off is kind of a fun thing. Oh, well, first they go see the worlds, like they're scouting the other teams. Remember that?
Yeah.
They go see the German team.
Well, can I tell you something? When Haley Steinfeld is like gonna, she shows up. She's like, guys, I have to sing for you. My mom was a Bella, whatever. Right. So she performs for them. Right before she's about to perform, Chloe, Brittany Snow, she is handed a, not on screen, but she like at one point she is just randomly has a cup in her hand. I expected Emily to grab the cup and start doing the cup song, but she has like her own song that she created.
Yeah, like, so in the first movie, like Anna Kendrick is treated as this creative force, right? But we only ever see her do the mashup thing in cups. Whereas Haley Steinfeld is a songwriter. Like anytime she's like put on the spot and has to like sing, she always sings an original song. I thought she was particularly shitty, actually. Like, way to let down your team at the riff off.
For real.
Singing an original song? Like, what a fucking showboat.
I agree. I thought that was actually David Cross's best moment, when it's like 90s jams or whatever.
Yes.
And she sings it, and David Cross is like, I hate you so much.
He just goes up into her face and calmly tells her, I hate you. I love that. That is great.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
All right. So the German team we first meet them performing, and then we see them at the riff off. And when we see them performing, they're doing a Muse song, which I thought was hilarious.
Okay.
The main dude in that German squad, by the way, is Flula Borg, who is an improv comedian that I love. And I've for years thought he was gonna like break out really huge. Like, remember when after Forgetting Sarah Marshall, when Russell Brand was everywhere?
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna happen to Flula Borg, and it kind of hasn't. I still kind of think it could.
Yeah, I like him. I don't know exactly what I've seen him for. I feel like he was like on YouTube stuff for a little while, but yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
I like the woman too, whoever she was.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't recognize her from anything.
I like that Becca is like attracted to her.
I didn't like that, actually.
It's not funny, but I wanted them to like get it on. I liked it.
Well, okay. If you're asking me if I would have minded seeing that, the answer is no. But yeah,
it doesn't work.
It was a running bit for 2 hours of a movie, and it never once made me chuckle.
Correct.
So the old team, which I talked about, we bring Joe Latrulio and Jason Jones back, but now we have Reggie Watts and John Hodgman.
Yeah.
So we get to see Reggie Watts beatbox, which is cool because he's funny when he does that. And Yeah, I guess I was getting bored because I look here at my riff off notes for this movie, and I wrote, "This is going on fucking forever. Is this half the movie?" Like
Yeah.
I was getting bored.
Yeah, I agree with you. Every it's like the stuff from the first one that people liked, just longer and worse.
It's like Austin Powers. Like Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. They took all the bits that people thought were funny in the first movie, and we doubled the length of them.
Do you feel that way about the third one? I forget.
Goldmember?
My memory is that the third one was the best, but I haven't seen them since I was pretty young.
I think he tries to have it both ways, where he does reuse all of those bits, but he's also like definitely attempting to create something new. It just doesn't really work as much as I think Goldmember is weird and insane and funny.
Yeah.
All right, so so the crew, they're fucking up, right? They perform and it doesn't go well. What? Something like that.
The crew? What crew?
You know, the Bellas.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's when they decided to go on the retreat because they need to find their voice. They're like not in sync or whatever.
No, you just mentioned the voice and In Sync.
Yeah, a complete accident.
Yeah. We see the voice at the end of this movie. The Adam Devine over on the voice in the closing credits. Did you watch that?
You mean Adam Levine?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Adam Devine.
What? What are you saying right now?
Did you not watch the closing credits of Pitch Perfect 2?
Maybe not. Wait, Adam Levine, like Maroon 5, who is like a coach on The Voice? Or Adam Devine, the actor in this movie?
Both.
They're both together?
In the closing credits, you see the Adam Devine character audition for The Voice.
Oh my god, and they have them in the same room?
Yeah, so it's Adam Levine, Christina Aguilera, Blake Shelton, and it might have been like fucking CeeLo because it was like early
Whoa.
on, and they're all like, you know, reviewing the performance, you know, and none of them think he's good.
Wow, so they got Adam Levine and Adam Devine in the same room.
That's right, just one letter off. Two of our finest Jewish Adams.
That was the second movie?
Yeah, closing creds.
Maybe I bumped it up. That's pretty cool. I didn't watch that part.
When they go camping, I gotta say, so at one point, Anna Kendrick storms off and she gets stuck in like a bear trap.
Yeah.
And the Asian girl saves her, Lily, and that's her name, right?
Yeah.
And that I didn't find funny, okay?
No.
But then later, there's a callback to it with Rebel Wilson getting caught in the same trap, and that made me laugh.
Did she get cut down again?
We don't even see her get cut down. It's just the end of the scene is her walking away and the trap goes up.
Oh, you mean the trap? There's just the trap in general made you laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really get me.
All right. You know, Rebel Wilson, maybe I'll watch this new movie she's going to be in where she's thin.
I am going to watch it. I saw the trailer and I was like, this might be good.
Yeah, I think I'm more open to her now after watching these two
I agree.
movies. Yeah. Should I watch that movie, Isn't It Romantic?
Maybe I should watch that. I haven't seen
That
it
was
either.
supposed to be terrible. Hey, Logan, watch that movie, and if there's even a chance I'll give it a 2 or up, I'll watch it.
I'll look at the runtime and maybe I'll watch it. It can't be that long.
Yeah, I mean, how much are you gonna guess? I'm gonna guess 97 minutes.
I'll guess 99.
Oh, God, so close. What an asshole.
I'll guess 102 then. I don't even want to guess
Bitch,
102.
hour 29.
Whoa.
First
All right,
of all,
maybe I'll watch that.
First of all, that's great. Second of all, I win. And third of all, Adam Devine's in that movie too.
Really? Or is he like the love interest?
He's third billed, it looks like.
Is he the main guy? Is there another girl between them?
Nope, Liam Hemsworth.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, this
All
also
right.
has Priyanka Chopra Jonas, one of my least favorite humans.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Logan. Oh, what do you give this second Pitch Perfect movie?
I mean, are we done? Did you like when Fat Amy was paddling on the boat?
Oh, I guess we didn't talk about that. Yeah, what song? You are the...
No, it's...
What?
We belong. It's another Pat Benatar song.
We belong. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't put that together, that it was both.
Oh,
Pat
I did.
Benatar.
I did something, actually. Maybe you'll be interested in.
What, you listen to a Pat Benatar record?
No. What else is there? I mean, what else happens? Oh, we get, of course, Emily and Ben Platt kiss. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen ever.
That whole love story. I mean, they only really pop in on it like twice, right? Like somebody's just like,
Yeah, he like introduces himself, and then he's like painting, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kiss this."
and it seems
loser."
like they like each other the whole movie. It's just like they put off the final kiss. Like something just keeps happening, like to interrupt them.
So stupid, especially
is
when
so
I like her
stupid.
and this guy sucks. It hurts, kind of.
Is Ben Platt straight?
I don't know.
Listen, I'm not saying gay guys can't play straight guys in movies because a lot of gay guys are really great actors and
Barney
chameleons
Stinson.
and absolutely. No, Neil Patrick Harris can totally pull off straight, I think. But there are some gay dudes that can't pull it off. When I worked at Barnes & Noble, I'm so sorry to bring up Barnes & Noble again. There was this
No, I love
guy, this fucking bald guy, this really handsome bald guy. He looked like a fucking movie star. And it was like he wanted to be an actor, but he was just fucking super gay. He was, hi, my name's Josh. Hey. And I once overheard him in the break room, and he was having a conversation with a female friend of his, and he was saying, like, all I want is to be taken seriously in straight roles. You think I could play straight, right? I don't sound that gay. And I was just sitting there going, like, you're not going to make it.
Oh.
You're showing a lack of self-awareness right now.
But I'm sure acting, maybe he is good.
I can't see it. I don't
Yeah,
think
you
he can
don't-
pull that shit off.
You don't know if it ever took off or anything?
No. Ben Platt is gay, by the way. I can confirm.
Okay. What about Skylar Aston?
No, he's straight. I told you he was married to Anna Camp.
Oh, yeah. Was married. Who knows?
Do you think that's why they broke up?
I don't
he
know.
dumped her for Ben Platt.
I don't know.
Uh,
Anyway, they
good
win
stuff.
or whatever. Great job. Right? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. What do you give it? I give it a 2.
Yeah, I do also.
Okay, I was worried.
That's
you
what
gave
it is. It's a 2. No, it's definitely not a 1. It's far from a 1.
All right. Well, we'll get to the third. By the way, I've seen all these. You never saw any of these, so
I don't
how
know
that third one ends up.
anything that happens in the third. I don't even know who like returns for the third one.
I don't either. I was gonna ask you actually. Will Anna Camp or Brittany Snow be in it? They're graduated at this point.
I think at this point with a third movie, you need them both for at least a cameo.
But we've got Haley in there now, Haley Steinfeld. Maybe she give her a bigger role. Don't need
You
the others.
definitely need to give her a bigger role for sure.
Will she be with Ben Platt?
No, I fucking hope not.
Will Fat Amy and Bumper be together?
Yes, I think they now come as like a package.
Will Jesse and Becca be together?
Jesse and Becca. Oh,
the main guy.
Well, she's not Becca. Isn't Becca Haley Steinfeld?
No, Becca is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's Anna Kendrick. Shit. What's Haley Steinfeld's name?
Emily.
Oh, right. Fuck. All right.
You don't think they'll be together?
No, I think they're probably gonna do the thing that like when Scream is feeling lazy, they do it where they like break up. Gail and Dewey, and then get them back at the end of the movie.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I did. Something that I did. I went through. I noticed like through the first movie, I was like, they're sort of like playing the same people that they play. So I sort of went through after the second movie and wrote down artists that they reused in either the same movie or either of the movies. So Rihanna is used in the first movie twice. That's why I did it. And B.O.B. is used in the first movie twice.
One of the reasons for that is that the actress's name is Esther Dean. She wrote a bunch of songs for Rihanna. She wrote that song, "Oh Nah Nah, What's My Name?"
I hate that one.
Well, she wrote it.
But yeah, good for her. Well, but then you have so you have Rihanna, Miley Cyrus, Pat Benatar, B.O.B.
Oh
Jessie
yeah, because
J.
they're doing songs about sex, and they do that one, "Whips and chains might hurt me," or whatever.
Right. Yeah, they do that one. They do Jessie J, T-Pain, Flo Rida, Pitbull. So those are all the people that they read.
I thought it was fucked up that they had Jessie J sing "Flashlight" on the soundtrack instead of Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Is that over the credits or something?
Yeah, I guess she wasn't really established yet as a singer,
Yeah, not
but
really.
she is now. She's had like hits and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, a few big ones. All right, so these are the people that they've used once that they could repeat. I want you to predict who you think they would use again.
Okay.
Okay, Sia. You think they'll use Sia again? Maybe
Did they-
Chandelier.
Did they ever?
Yeah, they had the one Titanium.
That's David Guetta.
Come on, Sia's in there. That's a Sia song. You think they'll use Chandelier? That's a big one.
Maybe.
All right, Michael Jackson. You think they'll use a second Michael Jackson song?
No, it's it's we gotta be woke. Elizabeth Banks is like woke to the nth, so she's not gonna take any chances with that shit.
Really, a lot of this movie is like him being a misogynist. She's racist. A
Yeah,
little bit
I
in the
know,
movie.
but this was before we were woke. Yeah, are you kidding me? I'm sure Elizabeth Banks is like, it's fucked up. Like, I read that Peacock is doing a new Pitch Perfect show, and I actually think it's kind of a bad idea for them because people are going to go back and reevaluate these movies, and I don't think they're going to like what they find. Fucking at one point, John Michael Higgins just makes a joke about going to Thailand, and Elizabeth Banks immediately makes a fucking ladyboy joke.
Yeah. You're right. All right, so we have Sia, we have Bruno Mars. Uptown Funk came out between the last movie and the third movie. You think they'll do that?
Oh, I think you're going to hear Uptown Funk in the third movie. Yeah.
All right. Taylor Swift.
You know what else I think you're going to hear in the third movie?
What's that?
Get Lucky by Daft Punk.
Ugh, I hate that song.
Well,
That's so.
I
stupid.
remember I went that summer that song came out. I went to like 5 different weddings, and at every single wedding, you heard that song and Blurred Lines.
Yeah. What a time. Are we in a better or a worse place musically?
Worse, SoundCloud rap. Get out of here.
Yeah. When was the last time that we were in a healthy place musically?
Probably
2007, 2012 maybe.
No. Yeah, around then, 2011, 12. That was pretty
Call Me
good time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
One Direction was just getting big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's around there. Fall Out Boy, CeeLo Green are on this list. Anyway, I bet that
I would go with all different artists, but the point is made. I don't feel like.
yeah, but I feel like Bruno Mars might be there, Taylor Swift might be there, Sia might be there. Those are the 3 I would pick.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't heard more Swift. She just might be so expensive to get her music.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually looking at her Spotify. It is crazy. Taylor Swift, the greatest artist of the last 20 years, probably.
Ridiculous.
Do you agree?
No.
You really don't agree?
No,
Is
I
she-
don't. I first of all, I don't think of her as an artist.
Whatever. Come on. Is she the most successful musician in the last 20 years?
No. Maybe. I mean,
I think she is.
she's the most successful non-rapper of the last 20
Like
years.
Drake or somebody?
Yeah, or Kanye.
Yeah, I guess it is Kanye. No, but Taylor Swift's happier.
Taylor Swift's happier than Kanye? Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
Isn't that a measure of success? Kind of?
I don't think Taylor Swift's all that happy on a day-to-day basis.
Why not?
I don't know. She
She's got a lot of exes, but
How can her life is just so calculated? Like when you're not really living, I don't see how you can be happy.
yeah, but when she calculates, she doesn't have to touch the calculator. She touches it with $100 bill.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't
I'm
either.
sure it sounded good in your head.
It didn't even sound good in my head.
All right, what's next?
That's it. That's all I got.